Hey everybody, Rich here coming at you with a late night episode from the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. I'm doing some work out of town and my company put me up in a much nicer hotel this time than the one I showed you in a previous video. I don't know if you guys caught that one, but there was like a glory hole where the peephole was supposed to be. Look at the peephole peeping out there. Nobody out there creeping around. Anyway, I got my fridge, I got my microwave, I got my vino, I got my cornflakes, I got my pretty nice bathroom, I got my nice bed, I got my Adidas, I got a cup of vino I've been sipping on. I need to get to bed here, but this video is about baseball cards, so let's get to it. All right, I'm pleased to tell my man G's Mikey that I've added to the binder. I got these this 1927 Yankees. They're not published in 27, but it's a set from 1979 TCMA cards. I got the 1927 Yankees complete set, all filed in the binder. And then I got a 1987 set, some of the same players, and then also some newer players. There's Yogi. Sorry about the glare, but I've shown those before, so I'm not going to go through the whole set. But I am adding to the binder. Pretty stoked to use the binder. It's nice for things like this, complete sets and stuff. There's Babe Ruth. I got two different Babe Ruth boxes. I got this hobby box and this blaster size box of Babe Ruth cards that I'm going to crack. Probably going to tear into those later this week, maybe tomorrow night. But I was doing some organizing of my Yankees box and my random tops box, and also my I call this kind of my oddball box. I got some baseball type cards in there. There's Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo, Copernicus, King Tut. I mean, we don't need to go through all that, but that's it's mostly non-baseball stuff. There's maybe a few baseball players in there, other athletes, other sports. You know what I'm saying? Olympics. Oh man, I might have to crack this too. Dang it. Here's the deal. Is I cracked into, I ripped a pack of, oh my god, was this uneventful. This 5 sport card thing. Those are about the worst looking cards I've ever seen. Nothing really notable in there. I cracked this Stadium Club, which I think I've already filed. But what I was trying to find, I don't see the ripped pack. But to show you was this cards from the, what do you call them, Conlon, I can't remember, Charles Conlon collection. See, that's what all these are from. And I got some cool stuff. Conlon was a photographer for the Sporting News. He actually started out as a landscape photographer, and nobody was really shooting good pictures of baseball and baseball players, so they kind of recruited him. They said, hey, how about shooting pictures of baseball? And he said, well, I'm mostly a landscape photographer, but I guess I could do that. And there's a lot of history involved in his photography. In fact, a lot of his photography, I think most of it, the negatives are still missing. Nobody really knows what happened to them, but they may be out there somewhere, and if anybody were to ever find those, he's got a lot of vintage era photos of famous and probably some not so famous baseball players. And if that collection was ever found, man, it would be a real treasure trove. But here's the ones that I found in the pack. This Johnny Sturm Yankee from 1941. I think this one is some sort of hit. It's got a different border. Jack Warhop, New York Yankees, 1910. Yankees weren't even a great team back then. They were kind of a fledgling team back in those days. Walter Beall, 1924. Fabian Gaffkey of the Red Sox, 1937. This guy would have been in the, what year was this? Okay, 1924. Chicago White Sox. 1930, Boston Braves. 1937, Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, this guy is who I was looking for. Would have been part of the White Sox scandal. I think I remember reading about him. Bunny Brief, 1915. Chicago White Sox. Would have been part of that Black Sox scandal. Jim Biven of the Phillies, 1935, and Bill Bresnell, catcher for the Cleveland Indians, 1935. And all that photography, like we said, is by Charles Conlon. Here's another pack of those. I may just have to rip this one open too, and then I think I'm going to file those in the binder. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you around the hotel room, give you a little idea of what might be coming up. Stay tuned for this big old Babe Ruth box break. I have a lot of these cards already loose and filed in my Yankees box, but I'm looking forward to ripping into that and probably completing the set. Hopefully I'll get every card in that set. I think there's something like 80 cards to complete the set, and there's possible hits in there, relics and whatnot, and then there's this other bigger blaster box type thing like I showed you. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to try to keep this thing short so somebody might actually watch it. Also forgot to tell you, I ripped into some of these Bowmans I was holding on to. These are reprints of old vintage cards. I believe these Bowmans are from 1989, and they're reprints of